Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona, and tonight I have a double blind lined up for Bryan.
I can't wait. All right, so what can you tell me about what we've got tonight?
I will tell you they are all ryes.
All right.
But we have a lot of ryes.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah. So I will tell you that because I know that you're not going to know off the top of your head which ones I picked because we have a bunch of them.
Interesting.
Because we have found that we really truly enjoy rye.
You know, we really have. We started out not crazy about rye, and our collection of rye has really blossomed.
Yeah.
Blossomed. I like that word.
I tried to get two very similar, like with similar mash bills and stuff like that. They're all around the same proof points, within, like a little range. I just think it'll be a fun blind. I'm anxious to see which one comes out on top.
And I feel like this is probably as good a time as any to say, hey guys, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done it. Drop us a comment.
That'd be great.
And we'll take this thing and run with it, I guess.
Let's go.
Whew. When she said I had a double blind, when Shona does a double blind, I worry.
Some baking spices on the nose, a lot of sweetness as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice, I've never really got quite that.
It's a little thin on the nose though. I don't know if I've ever been able to really smell that.
But the spice and the sweet kind of come, for me, they kind of come as one package. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I get it all.
It does have a nice nose though.
You done? I guess you're done nosing.
Mm-hmm.
So it is thin.
But it's flavorful. I get a lot of char from the barrels. Get a little bit of a cherry hint of fruity note, but the cherries come in. I get a fruity note at the first taste and throughout, but then it finishes with a slight cherry note. Of course, getting some spices throughout it, a little bit of caramel. Maybe a little bit of, I almost want to say a little bit of cereal type, like a cereal grain type taste.
Kind of, maybe.
Like that sweet cereal.
Yeah, I kind of get a little bit of kind of like a Cheerio flavor in there at the end of it.
But it's a sweet one, like maybe the Honey Nut Cheerio or something. I like it. There you go. Hey, Mike will be proud. We have another note for the outside of the wheel. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, he's all over that, I guarantee it. He's probably thinking, why haven't I ever got that? I don't know, the second sip was kind of really bland to me.
Nope, I'm still getting all these flavors. It's good. It is thin, but it's so flavorful. It's a nice, that's a nice summer porch sipper. When it's hot, you don't want anything really heavy. It's nice. I
also want to mention, kind of off topic for 1 second, Sean and I have mentioned that on the 21st of September, we are going to do a joint live with fellow YouTube channel, Bourbon and Balls.
Yep. We are their guest.
We are.
Mayflower.
The Mayflower in Troy, Ohio. The Mayflower is owned by A.M. Scott Distillery. So we are actually going to do a tasting of A.M. Scott. And basically, it'll probably be kind of like a blind tasting. But anyway, listen, yesterday, Sean and I had a chance to actually go sit down and have lunch with those guys. And if you've ever seen Gandy Road in the comments, Gandy joined us also. It was great to meet all those guys and Beth. awesome. We're really looking forward to the 21st.
So if anybody is nearby the Troy, Ohio location, an hour or a couple hours away, and they'd like to join us, I'm going to put a link in the description for where you can go buy tickets to the show. I think it's going to be a great time. So if you can, please try to join us.
Yeah, and just, come hang out with us.
Yeah. Brian and I will be staying in there so we can do a hangout afterwards with, we have some friends also making the drive up with us and staying. So
I think we've got...
Mike will be there for all the Mike fans.
I think we've got a group of what, six deep or 8 deep?
Six
that are going to accompany us over there. So
now the nose on this one, I keep bringing it up because I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's interesting.
that one kind of acts, I keep going back to number one because it acts a little different every time I
think I'm getting some cocoa notes on the nose with a little bit of sweetness and maybe some honey. But I think it's that cocoa that I was smelling that I couldn't figure out what it was. It's a nice nose. I think I kind of like the nose on number one a little bit better, but this one's nice.
I like the palate on two better.
I can't get that.
Definitely different.
Definitely enters your palate really sweet. Almost picking up that bubblegum flavor that I sometimes get. Not as spicy as what I thought it would be for a rye.
I know we've moved to number two. I can't help but go back to number one. One does not have that, like if you wouldn't have told me these were all rye, I don't know that I'd have said that was a rye.
I get that.
It doesn't have that strong present, it doesn't present itself as strong as some of the ryes we've had.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I am definitely picking up some of that malt cocoa type flavors on this. You know, both of them are really flavorful.
They are.
And they both have a nice lasting for, you know, it's hard to describe because I do agree with you. They're changing a little bit, but this one especially throughout the taste, and I've only had one sip, it changed like at each point. It's interesting.
So this one, it hits my palate. It actually hits my palate kind of thin at first, and then it gets more complex the longer it's on my palate. Where this one kind of, I won't say it's really thin, but it's not, to me, it's not real complex either, but it doesn't change a whole lot. Like it shows me what it's got as soon as it hits my palate, and then it doesn't really do a whole lot different.
Number two, I'm definitely getting that brown sugar note. It's like a really pronounced brown sugar note, that second sip. But I'm also still picking up the kind of almost like a little bit of cereal grain as well, but more cocoa on this one. It's not finishing like the fruity cherry note that I got on one. It's finishing more of a chocolate note.
Yeah, wow, that's different. I can't even imagine what we've got.
It's going to be hard for me to pick between one and two at the moment because I think they're both enjoyable. I'm sure, as you can tell, these are thin, so they are lower proofs, which to me is kind of enjoyable after we've been drinking so many higher proofs because these are flavorful. They're not like all water.
Yeah, they're not. They don't. If they are lower proofs, they're not drinking flavor-wise as lower proof.
Right. Ooh, I think number three, the nose on number three just took it for me. Yeah. Nose on number three. It's a ball of sweetness. really flavorful, a little, like a hint, tiny hint of citrus, and it rolls into like a fruity note. I like it. It's good, but I'm not getting many flavors. I'm getting sweetness throughout, a little bit of spice.
It is good, but I don't think it has the complexity to it that 2 has.
No, definitely not. It is a nice, smooth drinking pour. Getting a little bit of the rye spice, not a whole lot. Very thin. This one to me is very thin. Like more thinner than, like more so than number 1 and 2. So with it being so thin, I'm having a hard time picking up a whole lot of flavor profiles. I can tell you some sweetness, but they're not pronounced to be able to tell you if it's a fruity sweetness or anything like that. A little bit of caramel, a tiny bit of char, and a little bit of baking spice on it. That's all I'm picking up from it. How about you?
Let me hit it again. This will be my going back through.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go back through and line mine up.
I do get some like some brown sugar on it that kind of rides on top of the baking spices, but the baking spices are pretty strong in it. But there's like that touch of the brown sugar and then the baking spice, and then that's pretty much it. It doesn't do anything really.
It's a nice pour. It's a great pour for a beginner.
It is. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not off-putting. It's okay. It's not like I'm going to do cartwheels if you give it to me, but it's still good. It's just really thin.
I got to taste one more time, but I think I know what my order is going to be unless this one does something really different. I don't know. For me, I got to put 2 in first place, followed up with 3, and then 1 drops all the way to the back. That one just didn't. One's probably going to end up being something I like. Just stacked up with the other ones, it just doesn't.
You know, it's funny because number 1, I do get a little bit of that cherry note that everybody knows if you've watched our show. I love that cherry note.
You don't say.
No, I know. So normally I would put number 1 in first just because it has that note that I truly enjoy. But number 2, honestly, is in front of number 1 for me. The flavor profiles, they just last longer.
So is it the cherry note that's got 1 in front of 3 for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 3, even though it's good, it's just really thin, and I don't get a whole lot of flavor profiles out of it. It's good. If you poured it for me, I'm drinking it.
See, and I think what put 1 at the tail for me is, and you said they're all lower proofs, but you still, even though it's lower proof, you still want that.
But I'm kind of getting that with number 1.
I don't get it with 1.
No? Okay.
I just don't get it with 1.
Yep.
And that may be that may have moved it up a little bit for me if I did, but I just don't get it.
Okay.
Now, my very first sip, it was the first drink of anything I'd had. And I don't know if you had anything when you were pouring.
No.
But my very first sip of one, man, I was like, wow. It burnt, but that was gone after that.
All right, you ready to see what you have? In first place is no other than Bulleit
Bulleit 12.
95, 12 year.
Yep.
It is the 12
And
year.
that was for both of us.
Yeah, so that is first place for both of us.
And we have liked that bottle since we got it.
Yep, so it is a 12 year, 92 proof, mash bill, 95% rye, 5% malted barley. It includes rye aged up to 17 years. So I think that's probably why the flavor profiles it. I mean, they lingered in your mouth. And so, I mean, it's aged pretty well.
And guys, I know a lot of people talk about Bulleit Rye. I've seen it on here. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about the Bulleit 12 year. I mean, have you guys tried it? What do you think of it?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's obviously thinner than some of the higher proof ryes. I mean, it is only 92
Yep.
proof, but it really packs a lot of flavor into it. $54.99 here in Ohio. So I'm going to go to number 3 because that's what you put in second. I put it in third. And this is the one I was really wanting to know where it was going to fall. Because this is a new pickup for us. And I don't think we've had it on the show.
I think I know what it is.
It is the Green River Rye. It is.
I've really liked this bottle.
He has. He has. He's drank a lot of it.
I've really liked it. That has become, I don't want to say it's my nightly or my go-to every night, but
We just got that bottle. I think it's kind of his
a
go-to.
lot. I have drank that a lot down here.
So I'm kind of shocked that it didn't come higher for you. I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot the order since I poured these. No, it wasn't a double blind for me, but guys, after I get home from work, if I pour these, go upstairs and do some stuff, I can't
Gone.
remember.
It
It's
might as well
gone.
be a double blind.
So it is a Green River 95 proof. So it's a few proof points higher than the Bulleit. 95% rye, 5% malted barley. So the same mash bill as the Bulleit. Only it's aged 4 to 6 years. It is only $34.99, so it's $20 cheaper than the Bulleit 12 year.
And guys, I'm not knocking the Bulleit because obviously it came in first place, but definitely give this bottle a shot. If you like rye, you've got to give that a try.
Then coming in third place for you,
Wow.
second place for me, is the Knob Creek Rye. Now, it is 100 proof. It's an undisclosed mash bill. They're saying only probably 51% rye just to make it called a rye. And it's non-age stated, so I do not have any of that information. And it comes in at $36.99. So to me, it came in second place. It has that fruity cherry note that I like. It has good flavors.
I believe we have another Knob Creek Rye coming, correct?
We do, yes.
And it's a 12? It is age stated, and I don't remember,
Cannot
but I think
remember.
it might be 12 year.
I don't know. I'm embarrassed
okay.
because I should know that. I am anxious to get it because I do enjoy that one. And so I'm going to tell you real quick. And it is. Maybe I'm not going to tell you real quick.
I didn't mean to
Yeah, he stumped
throw
me,
you under
guys.
the bus.
He always means that, guys. It's a 10 year.
10 year. Okay, so it is age stated. It is a rye. It's coming. We worked out a trade with a viewer actually.
So anxious to get that.
Who's been a great guy to have in our corner. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
So we are looking forward to that. Very much so.
Yeah, because we've really enjoyed the ryes here lately. A lot of them. I get the cherry note off of a lot of ryes, and so I think that's why I've kind of leaned more towards them because of that note that I get on them. So I really enjoy them.
all three of those really are good pours. For me tonight, the Knob Creek did not do that well. And really, honestly, we haven't drank that much of that bottle.
Nope, we have not.
So
I'm a little bit disappointed that this one didn't do a little bit better for me because I knew how much you liked it, but I really hadn't had. I don't even know if I've tried
pretty
it.
much been
Yeah, that's been you. And so I was excited to blind it because I was like, "Oh, I'm hoping it was coming in first because he was talking it up so much."
And I've liked this bottle since we got it, and I think there's so much left in that bottle because
it's harder to find.
Well, I seem to see it every time I go to the store.
Oh, you do?
But at the time we got it, it was kind of presented like, "Hey, this is kind of going to be a limited time deal. Get it while you can because it'll be gone." Maybe it didn't sell the way they thought. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I like it. It's a great pour, and that's why there's still so much there. Is we're bad about that, really. We'll find something we like and then we won't drink it
Because we don't want it to go
because
away.
we don't want to run out.
Hey, I just wanted to take a quick second to do a shout out to our newest patrons, Mr. Richie and Lori J. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.
Thank you very much, guys. Without all of you guys joining the Patreon, there'd really be no future. So we get excited every time we have a new member. So thanks again.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Double blind. I appreciate it.
Didn't disappoint you, did I?
No, you did not. That was really enjoyable. Remember what we said about the 21st of September, guys. And just one more time, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Leave us a comment.
Drop us a comment. Let us know how we did, what you think. Have you had them? Have you had a lower proof rye that we didn't mention? And what'd you think yet? And until next time, thanks for joining us, everybody, and be safe.
Thanks, everyone.